I would really highly suggest that you guys subscribe to the Economic Collapse. There's a lot of really, really great information in there that you just don't see in the mainstream media. Actually, I don't see the mainstream media anymore at all. I do not watch television. Yeah, that's right. I mean, I cannot stomach what's going on with the talking heads. It's all manufactured BS to keep our minds at ease while we consume our pharmaceuticals, eat our GMO laden foods, breathe our chemically induced air, among a half a dozen to a dozen other things that are dumbing us down in ways that we can't even fathom. I feel somewhat dumbed down myself. As you know, I have hepatitis C, and or you may or may not know, and I'm undergoing treatment for it through a naturopathic doctor. Massive amounts of vitamin C, and it does help. I am non-symptomatic. However, I've been feeling a little squeezed lately, and I want to ask you guys, are you feeling a little squeezed? See this older couple right here? You know, that could be me and my wife in 15 years, but I'm not sure whether we have 15 years left. I'm not sure what we have left. All I know is that this world is totally different than the spiritual realm of where we originated from. And there's a saying, through adversity we find strength, but I tell you what, sometimes this adversity makes you want to feel like you're Job's brother. Well, let's go back and talk about horrific financial crisis. There's one in Detroit going on right now. Matter of fact, I've talked to several people that say, you know, when I can't even go back to Detroit. I can't even look at pictures of Detroit. I was born and raised there, and it's nothing. It's a third world country. And I remember several years ago, I pointed to the fact that I thought that the United States, some 4 or 5 years ago, was going to become a third world country. Well, parts of it certainly has been turned into a third world country, and a lot of other places will be. But here's an example. Detroit's financial problems. You think they're bad? Well, let's look at Baltimore. LA, 9.4 billion, $19 billion. Now these are facing unfunded pension liabilities. These are just for pensions. Then we have Detroit. When it breaks it down, actually Detroit's in better shape than Baltimore, LA, and Chicago. But what I wanted to talk about too was the prices of everything is just escalating. My unemployment insurance that I have for my few employees I have left went up almost 35%. My electric bill went up my gas bill, went up 40%. And I was on the level payment program. I have some rental properties that used to cash flow pretty well, but I pay the utilities, and the utilities now are running like $90 a unit. And these are little tiny units, $90. And I bought hot dogs for my son. I know they're not supposed to, really healthy, but what is healthy that kids like? And Ballpark Franks used to be like 3, 4 for $5. Guess how much? $5. $5 for hot dogs. Now, if you got to eat gluten-free, you're going to pay $5 to $6 for a loaf of bread. Gas, we went to California last week, and gas was almost, over $4.50. Plus, there was a 35-cent charge just to put it in your tank at the AM/PM. I remember not so long ago when politicians would politics and they'd ask, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? What percentage of people would say they're better off than they were 4 years ago? Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Are you having trouble making ends meet? You know, I have a lot of great friends on YouTube. I haven't been as motivated to make videos as I used to be, because I'm just trying to keep my head above water and sane while I look at the things going on around me, but it certainly has brought me closer in an attempt with my Maker to figure out what went wrong. Well, what went wrong is this world doesn't work. We're just passing through. But I'll tell you what, you get ingrained with success or certain things you become familiar with, and when those things start slipping away, it makes one very, very uncomfortable. Makes you look at things differently than you used to look at things. You think of things differently. I know so many people that are in their 50s right now that are really freaking out because they can't find jobs. And if it wouldn't be for their kids or somebody helping them, they'd be homeless. And believe me, a lot of people are 1 inch away from homeless. If you go to this blog, this economic collapse, I mean, it's pretty pathetic. Just go to this blog, Economic Collapse. Type it in Google, and you'll see that 75% of people are one week away from totally financial devastation. Is that enough to scare you? Wow, crazy. 26% of all Americans in my age bracket have no personal savings. And they worked all their lives. Have you noticed all the old people trying to find jobs? There are no jobs. I remember back in the day when you could go out and just walk down the street and you'd see 5 or 6 minimal help wanted signs. You could walk right in and get hired. They'd throw you an apron doing whatever, and the jobs paid more than minimum wage. What in the heck has happened to America? 67% of American workers believe they are a little or a lot behind schedule on saving for retirement, and we haven't even hit hyperinflation yet. 1 out of 6 elderly Americans lives below the federal poverty line. Well, that's a pretty good number, actually. Well, 70% of all American workers expect to continue working once they are retired. And oh, by the way, try to live on retirement, Social Security, social insecurity. Many people I know get $600 to $700 a month, and that's how much their rent is. I know dozens and dozens of people that live on less than $1 a day, and this is in America. What in the holy heck has happened? What is going on, guys? Is it going to get any better? I don't think it's going to get any better. I guess the better question is, how much quicker is it going to get a lot worse? Some people see it, and some people don't. So anyway, guys, give me your take on this. I'll put the link to the economic collapse video below. Have a great day. I appreciate your friendship, your camaraderie, reading your comments, and being a part of your life as much as you are mine. Adios.